and Healing in Santa Rosa, and welcome. I'm glad that you're here. This is a brown bag mindfulness, and I am so thrilled to be able to bring this practice, and I'm glad that I thought to do it, because I think for all of us it is easy to, me included, it is easy to have the meal part of the day it disappear, either because we don't eat or we eat and we can barely remember that it happened. So I am reminded, and wanted to share that with you, that what a mindfulness eating practice is, and why it's a practice, is for the same reason that other mindfulness practices are practices. Because when we do something as a routine, as a practice, we do it whether we feel like it or not. We commit a certain energy and time to it, so that when real life happens, that state of being is easier to find. It's easier to drop into when we don't have a lot of time, or when there is a lot of distraction. That the mindfulness practice that doesn't include food is for the same reason, somewhat, that it's an opportunity to find our way back to the moment, no matter what's happening. So I'll share with you a practice that I learned, and you can keep what works for you, discard the rest. To start with any mindfulness practice, it is about being where you are in, first, the physical environment that you're sitting. And this is especially important for mindful eating. So before even getting into the food part, take a look at the surface that surrounds you, whether it's a desk or wherever it is that you're going to try to put your food. Take a moment and clear the space, even if it's just kind of creating a little neater pile over there to the side. Take a moment and aesthetically, whatever you can, make this physical space a place that you find more peaceful and less likely to distract you or pull you into some mental activity about what the objects on your desk represent. And so even if it's just clearing a small enough space that there is room for your food and, if there's an eating utensil, if you have some kind of napkin, that there's room for that. And when you've got a little bit of space cleared, enough space cleared, kind of sit back and take that in for a minute. You can also look around, see if there's any other easy beautification moves you can make. If you want to change the lighting. So create the space, the physical space first. Now create the space in your body. And that means two things. One, first, let's see if we can all actually inhabit our bodies. That is, be aware of our bodies as they're in contact with the environment, where your feet meet the floor, where your back meets the back of the chair, or the back of your legs meets the bottom of the chair. And find a posture that creates some space in your body, right? Because actually, we're going to put something in there that's not there currently. So you want to relax the belly. If you need to relax the waistband. This allows you to breathe more easily too. So let's just start with one or two comfortable, natural breaths. just to make sure that you feel like there is some space in your body for things to expand and relax. And now bring your food close by. If you need to put this on speakerphone so you can free your hands up, I hope that's an option. And I think we all probably just got a nixle, so we'll acknowledge that. So coming back to the space that you've created for your food, your body in the moment, your next in-breath. I don't want this process to be tedious for you. I will move at the pace that I'm moving at. I encourage you to slow yourself down enough to notice what you're doing, but if your pace is different from mine, I want you to follow your pace. But the start of the process really has to do with considering where this meal came from. And that turns out to be quite a gratitude practice, an acknowledgement and appreciation. An appreciation for the people and the beings who were involved in this food arriving to where it is right now in front of you. And an appreciation also for this larger, amazing network or web of resources that we rely on for our everyday, every moment survival, really. The oxygen that the trees give, the darn gophers who break up the soil so that the tree roots actually make it into the ground, that there is enough oxygen so that there are people and people who actually want to tend the earth or tend an animal and become part of this great chain of resource and energy that goes into providing this food that's in front of you. And yeah, maybe there's packaging, maybe there's delivery drivers, but follow that link through to just acknowledge how many hands have been involved in this item that sits before you. And as you move your hand, probably to prepare, either to open it or to pick up a utensil, pick up a piece of the food itself. This is also a moment to appreciate, you might say, be grateful for the way our body works. So the appreciation of how things come to be and how this moment actually came to be also becomes a bigger part of the mindful eating process, that this moment itself has also been provided, and each of us participated in how that happened. And thank goodness we can breathe and eat approximately at the same time, but not precisely at the same time. Thank goodness. Because in any given moment, we really are going to be doing one or the other. And it may sound funny that I say that, obviously, because yes, this is how our bodies work, that we need to do one or the other and try to not do both at the same time. And it's also a reminder of how life works. that at any given moment, it is just this moment that's given. And it's worthy. The moment that's given is worthy. If it's a breathing in moment, breathing out moment, or noticing the sensation of something in the mouth,